an overview of the Union Army I painted for my 28mm American Civil War project. I apologise for my huskiness, I've got a terrible cold at the moment. All the figures here are metal figures from the Redoubt Miniatures range. The buildings at the back all come from hovels, they're resin. Okay, on to shaky cam so I can show you what's actually here. This is the whole army. It's split into 2 brigades. Each brigade has 5 infantry units, 3 guns, 2 skirmisher units and 1 cavalry unit with dismounted option for when they form a firing line. There's a brigade commander for each brigade, and then there's an overall army commander who for the Union Army is General Sherman. This is the 2nd brigade, same contents as the 1st. Okay, so a couple of highlights, I guess. At the front here we've got some Burden's sharpshooters, who are a skirmish group, and we've got some Zouave skirmishers. These are I think some form of tigers. There's 146th New York Zouaves. I think are Jury's tigers. I'd have to look it up. Then there's this unit here. This is the 15th Wisconsin. They are unit of Scandinavian volunteers, which is a little bit different. Then these guys are my representation for the Iron Brigade. These are the 6th Wisconsin. Hardy hats and everything. Then the cavalry at the back are the 1st Michigan Cavalry, led by George Armstrong Custer. For the guns, I did 2 guns and a howitzer, so together they look like a battery, but in fact they operate individually. For the game, we're using Neil Thomas's European 19th century rules with some changes. On the other side here, these Zouave skirmishers, these are the 10th New York, in a rather fetching drab brown. And over here got some sailors, because behind them, these guys here, so clumsy. These guys here are the US Marine Corps. Behind them we got an actual unit of Zouaves. These are the 5th New York Zouaves. I mean, I like Zouaves, but I didn't want loads in the army because it makes it look a bit unbalanced, which is why I've gone for using them for the skirmish groups, because then you can have different Zouaves without overpowering everything. Who else can I spot? So here is the 54th Massachusetts, the coloured troops from Glory, and somewhere, maybe in the other, over here, this is Joshua Chamberlain and the 20th Maine, made famous in Gettysburg, well, at Gettysburg, of course, defending Little Round Top. And there we go. So, not the world's biggest army, but given that I only have a 6x4 table, about as big as I can go without it being overcrowded and a bit pointless. There's actually no room to manoeuvre if you just clog the table with figures. All in all, this army took me just over a year to paint and assemble. Did it in 2 stages. I did a smaller version of the army with 6 infantry, so that I could have Union and Confederate that I could have a game with, and then I added in a second sort of expansion phase. There are some civilians at the back, also redoubt, just for a bit of colour. Oh, I see what I did there. Just for a bit of flavour, and that's it. That's my American Civil War Union Army.